How can I explain to my student that I can't walk him home because it's just not right? If the student is in your home without a parent or other adult present, that is a much greater risk for accusations, issues than walking them home would be. Assuming you don't enter their home, it sounds like something might be going on with this kid at home since he A. doesn't want to go home, B. wants an outside adult to come see his home. Under no circumstance is a tutor walking a student home right down the street somehow inappropriate. You are a professional that had a student in your home and you were providing an educational service and you are now returning him to his parents. That's completely normal. Don't try and explain to the kid that there is something inappropriate about a known and trusted adult walking with him. That's on you, not on him. I've read your comments and you're concerned with being viewed as a pedophile. However, you're being extreme. Don't want to be seen as a pedophile? Don't be inappropriate with kids. It's that easy. Your neighbors aren't going to attack the neighborhood tutor for walking one of their students home. If you don't want to walk him home because he's being too familiar, that is a completely valid reason. If you need assistance setting up boundaries with him, speak to his parents about his comments. Your student should not be making you feel uncomfortable with his comments. It's also very important for the student to understand what the nature of your relationship is, and how you can't be his friend, but you have an interest in his success and happiness. Source: was a tutor. I walked home with students. When was in kindergarten, I had a male teacher who I would call Dad all the time. I used to love sitting on his lap, holding his hand and being with him. My dad was always away, so I guess I was making him my other dad. It lasted for a long time. And when I got a bit older, he yelled at me one day and said, "I am not your dad." I think now that I am 35F, I get why he reacted this way. But honestly, he broke my heart and I never felt close. Nor did I ever call him dad after that. Really wondering why he wants you to walk him home? Is he having some sort of trouble in the neighborhood? Or at home? I do understand your concern. Remember, you are in charge of this relationship. If you walk him home, nothing bad will happen because of you. I agree with our proper application 69 check with the parents, and unless you really don't want to walk him home sometimes, there is some reason for his repeated asking. Not to jump to conclusions, but maybe he doesn't have a good home life? He would rather spend more time with you than possible unloving parents? If it's right down the road, you can absolutely walk him home. Walking him home seems totally not inappropriate. I don't see the problem. Ask the parents first if you're concerned. I don't see what the issue here is. You are an adult. He should not be walking home alone at his age. His parents have trusted him to you in private to care for his education, safety, and well-being. You would simply be extending your care for him by walking him home. Now if you simply just don't want to, that's your choice and I understand. Who is making you so uncomfortable being in private with 12-year child? If the parents trust you and you get their permission to walk him home, then I think that resolves the issue. What's wrong with walking a kid home, if he doesn't live far? Bring it up with the parent. Hey, X wants me to walk them home. I think they are nervous. Would you like me to do so? I have no problem with it, but wanted to check with you first. That kid might have a very unhealthy and unstable home. It usually happens that kids like that make lies to their parents to stay at school for longer. I would definitely look into it, or at least notify some people on the situation. Talk to the mother. Set boundaries in a firm and caring way and use it as a teaching lesson. If he gives this sort of trust to the wrong person, he could end up being hurt. You have the opportunity now to help him understand what boundaries are. He is only 12, so he doesn't understand. Also, I don't see the problem with walking a student home if the parents are okay with it. I would advise installing some CCTV in your house just in case someone accuses you. What's less inappropriate about a 12-year-old being in your home alone with you than it is walking him home out in public? Thinking about this from the kid's point of view, he might just feel safe in your home. Does he ever talk about not feeling safe at his own home? I hope it's not this, but wanted to provide this as it raised a flag in my gut. Not trying to be negative, just trying to understand. How is walking him just down the street to make sure he gets home safely inappropriate? But him being alone with you inside your home during tutoring lessons not? I'm not implying that it is. I'm assuming it is a professional teacher-student relationship and nothing more. I'm just not understanding how the one is inappropriate. Have you asked why he wants you to walk him home? Is he scared something will happen to him on the way? Is he scared of going home? Do you know how he is treated at home? Or if there is a problem there? If there's no problems that you know of, then I would speak to the mom. Tell her your concerns or that you aren't comfortable doing that, and ask her to speak to him about it so mom can be the one to tell him that it is inappropriate and to stop asking you. Well, to me it seems odd you are doing private lessons in your home where you are alone with the kid. That's probably not the best idea. You should definitely put a live camera on your sessions to record and let the parents check in if they want. I also think it's a huge red flag that this kid wants to stay at your house. I mean, to me it sounds like his home life is bad, abusive, etc. Or the kid doesn't have friends, or the parents don't give the kid any attention but you do. I would ask the kid about that and report to CPS if the kid says his home life is abusive. I know you don't want to lose the kid because of money, but his safety comes first. Lastly, if you are home alone with the kid, I'm not seeing a problem with walking him home since he's only a block away. Maybe I'm missing something. Oh, if you need more, kid do an online sessions. So parents don't need to bring the kids to your house and you can get more kids than just the ones in your area. I think you are worrying a bit too much. Except for maybe the sleepover part. I don't know this kid. But believe me, some kids literally have nothing. I literally had nobody to ask, how are you doing in 20+ years? That's just the kind of home I grew up in. So, my advice is to keep blessing with your kindness. I do it as well, and my wife sometimes thinks people will think it is weird. I am very friendly with kids. Only thing I don't do is invite them into my house, and I am more reserved with the opposite sex. For obvious reasons. It's a valid worry on how things are perceived, or even if the student might take things the wrong way. But with decent precautions, limits, and behavior on your part, you can be a very positive influence and protect yourself in the situation. You have no idea how even a small kindness or interest can go in a person's life. So walk him home. That's in public and you're literally just walking him home. Chat up a few minutes before, after lessons. Not hours on end, but a little bit of chat is good. You have no idea how you can positively influence a young person's life with just a few words and your time. My advice would be not pry as to why he likes your home. If he wants to tell you on his home life, that's up to him. Just be a positive light in his life. This post makes me sad. From what you've written, it seems like he is desperate to have a nice home life. That's probably why he said he wants to sleep there. It doesn't sound like he's hitting on you. And you said that people think he's gay. If a 12-year-old boy is hitting on a woman, he usually doesn't say, I want a sleepover, to his teacher. He clearly likes you and trusts you. Please ask him if you can help him with anything. Make sure he knows you're always willing to listen, even if you're no longer his teacher. It sounds like this kid is badly mistreated at home, if not outright abused. It sounds like he doesn't want to be at his own house, and he wants protection when he gets there. That's what worries me here. Put cameras up where you're tutoring.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.